Yo, 5 reasons why you can trust the Gospels. If you're a Christian and someone asks you why you trust the Bible, we got to have a better answer than it's just the Word of God, or I tried it and it worked for me, so I believe it. So what are the Gospels? The Gospels are the first 4 books of the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that give us 4 eyewitness accounts on the birth, life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. So here's 5 tests you can use on any piece of literature to determine if it's historically accurate. Test number 1, literary style. Do the Gospels read, once upon a time, Jesus floated around in the air, sprinkling fairy dust, healing the world, preaching love is love is love? No, the Gospels read as historical narrative. At this time in history, in this place, and this place, we saw this happen, and this happened, and they wrote it down, right? The same way we know about most of our world history, from eyewitnesses writing it down. Test number 2, internal consistency. Are there any major contradictions in the eyewitness accounts? No, when you read the Gospels, you will find extreme harmony between the texts. There are 0 major contradictions. Now, are there minor differences in the fine details? Yes, as you would expect from 4 different eyewitness accounts of an event happening. Same as if there were a car crash, I might just say the car crashed into the building. You might say there was a red car swerved around this person and then it hit the building. A third person might just say, oh, there was just a car crash. Test number 3, archaeological evidence. Were these events happening in Wakanda? No, they were happening in modern day Israel, Jerusalem, Capernaum, Sea of Galilee, Rome, Nazareth, all archaeologically verifiable places today. And this is why I really like Luke's gospel. He goes into extra detail about the landscape, the geography of the area, the Roman officers in charge at the time. He was trying to convey to Theophilus, who he addresses his gospel to, like, hey, I'm not making this up. Go look for yourself. Test number 4, manuscript evidence. There are over 5,600 Greek manuscripts and over 25,000 total. Now, we emphasize the Greek because the original Gospels were written in Greek, because Greek was the common trade language at the time. We can take the Gospels that we have today, go back to the original Greek and compare it, and we see that there's a 99.5% correlation between the texts. So this myth of the Bible not being accurately transcribed over time is exactly that, a myth. For comparison, Julius Caesar, we only have 10 manuscripts, and the earliest we have are 1,000 years after the said events took place. Plato, 7 manuscripts. Aristotle, 49 manuscripts. That's number 5. Non-biblical, non-Christian sources also mention Jesus, which confirm the Gospels. Tacitus, a Roman historian where we get a lot of what we know about the Roman Empire from, he mentions Jesus' crucifixion under Emperor Tiberius Caesar and under Pontius Pilate. Thallus, another secular author, mentions Jesus' crucifixion and how it got dark and there was an earthquake during the crucifixion, also lining up with the Gospels. Another non-Christian historian is Josephus, who also mentions Jesus in his writings as well. So next time someone asks you why you trust the Gospels, literary style, internal consistency, archaeological evidence, manuscript evidence, and extra biblical non-Christian evidence. So yeah, I hope you learned something new today, and